what are we looking at today? I've decided to start building something because that's what this channel's about, building. Here is a slightly mildewed instruction sheet. I got this cheap off of eBay. It's an F-89 from Revell. This says it's from Illinois, but I have a feeling this kit was made in Deutschland. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe Korea. Who knows? 1/72 scale F-89D J Scorpion. Yes, that's right. Not a bad kit. It's one that I've been wanting to build for a long time. So what's the first thing I do when I get a kit and I'm trying to do something intelligent with it, put it together? What do? Do I grab the cockpit? Do I start dealing with the cockpit and and start worrying about? I think you can tell where this is going. No, I don't. Frankly, I don't care about the cockpit that much. I mean, it's there. Big deal. What I'm trying to figure out is this kit, when it goes together, am I going to have any super huge problems with the basic shape? And the first thing I can do, assuming I have a kit that can be actually dry fitted or test fitted, I take the fuselage halves, I put them together. I've got a clamp on the back. I've got a rubber band on the front. And this is just holding the parts together so that I can kind of see where I'm coming from here. And we're going to take our two wing halves. I've cut these off the sprue and I trimmed them up. And there are some locating pins in the top of the wing. And there are some holes in the bottom. I don't like those, but that's the way it goes. I'm going to change that later on. This is just to show you what we started out with. So what we started out with was, here's Mr. Fuselage and here's Mr. Wing. And not in the state of Florida. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, we're going to insert the wing into the fuselage. Man, check it out. Check out that wing root gap. It looks great. Very tight. Very, very good. Okay. That's good. That looks good. There's just one teeny tiny problem. Oh my word. Oh my word. Do you see that? If you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. This wing is drooping. That's called anhedral. Okay? You've got a wing that goes up in the air. That's dihedral. It goes down. That's anhedral. This F-89 was famous for having wings that went straight out. Straight and level. Big old level wing. Well, when we put this wing on the fuselage here, we put this wing in, we glue it in, it's got anhedral. That's not right. Not right. You can't have anhedral here. This is bad. This is a bad thing. Now, what I could do is just glue it in and then kind of, bend it up. And then when I do that, I'm going to open up this gap underneath and I'm going to have to fill that. Okay, I could fill it. I don't like that idea, though. I greatly prefer to take the position that these poor unfortunates who made this kit just, they didn't get it right. My job is to fix their mistakes in the most condescending fashion possible. Poor Revell. But don't worry, I'm here. Here we have the wing that has been modified. That wing over there, that was the starboard wing. And this is the port wing. Port wine is red. Reds are leftists. Left wing, port. Thank you very much. Here's the two halves of the port wing. And notice there are no locating pins because I went to the trouble to cut them off. I just cut them off and trimmed them off completely so they're no longer in the way. I then discovered that even though I cut them off, there was still a problem. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Take the top of the wing, glue it onto the port side of the fuselage. That looks pretty good. There are some minor problems, but that's pretty good. Take a look at the dihedral. Looks straight, pretty straight. You've got a little bit of a problem in the absolute fore and aft sections, but that can be filled. That's minor. Okay, you put this together. My plan is, once I get ready to attach the wings, I'm going to glue this on. You can see where the gap is there in the front. See, as I get the correct 0 dihedral, that opens up a little bit there. You see that? It opens up a little bit there right in front, and in the back it opens up a bit too. Those can be that can be filled. Put this in good and tight. Glue it. Let it dry a couple of days before I go do something important. Come back to this. Flip it over. Now I'm ready to install the bottom of the wing. Okay, this is my plan now. Okay, I'm not trying to convince you that I just glued it. This isn't the full build channel where everything gets done instantly with Damia extra thin. No, we don't have any extra thin here. Nothing's extra thin here. Bada bing. Okay. Here's the undersurface wing half. Goes on here. Flap. Now, instead of just gluing it on and letting the pins run my life for me, I'm taking my destiny in my own hands. I cut the pins off. I also did a modification here. I'll show you. And that'll allow me to take this wing and slide it up until it touches. And that'll eliminate that gap. Okay, I've had to modify this lower wing to make it work really well. First of all, I had to cut away this portion. We'll compare it to the other one. The other lower wing. You see the other lower wing has that annoying section there. I cut that off with a razor saw. If you're going to buy a razor saw, get extra fine teeth on the blade and get a Zona razor saw. I'll put a link in the description. Why not? Why not go crazy? All right. You see what I cut out there? This means when I put these two together, instead of just being locked right there, I can slide this in, slide it in, so that I can cause the inner surface of this wing half and the entire wing half to butt up against the fuselage with no large gap. So I won't have to sand it, I won't have to fill it, I don't have to get out any weird epoxy putties and start pretending that I'm repairing an auto accident. My goal is to get this model kit to fit together perfectly, or as close as possible, and I'm not just going to accept whatever trash they throw at me. I take what they gave me and I fix it. So here's Revell's, I didn't mean to say trash. Here's Revell's effort. We're going to glue the top in first. Okay. We're going to take this. Once the top is dried, good and solid, good and hard, stick it in there with some glue on it, nudge it up against there, clamp it, let it dry. You'll have a wing with no dihedral. Those was I about to say stupid? No. Those pins, the traditional pins that are used to make model builders cry, will be gone. And the 0 dihedral will be correct, and the wing roots gaps will be non-existent. That's the point. I'm going to say goodbye here. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. It's very kind. Be sure and like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. So, take care. Be careful with those sharp, shiny objects. Signing off. Objects.